Hello there and welcome to this week's vlog. Now before I get into what I want to chat about this week, I want to just refer briefly back to last week. I was talking then about the challenge to step out of our comfort zone, and I referenced a book that is quite a well-known book, but I kind of forgotten the exact title. And the book that I was referencing was written, and I'm grateful to Graham for reminding me of this. It was written by John Ortberg, and it's called "If You Want to Walk on Water, You Need to Step Out of the Boat." Really good book. I would warmly recommend that. It's challenging, but it's a really important book about the call to step out of our comfort zone, to get out there and follow as God leads us. Now, apologies to those of you who are not sports fans, but I want to begin by looking back to an event a few days ago. Here in Europe, there's several important sporting events happening, one of which is Wimbledon, the tennis. My son and his wife are down there on centre court today, enjoying the tennis. The Olympics are coming up shortly in Paris, but currently at the moment there's the European International Football Championship. Football, if you happen to be watching from the United States, I'm talking about what you might call soccer. So football championships reached the round of 16 stage, and a few days ago the Portuguese national team played the Slovenian national team, and one of the best footballers who have ever lived is a man called Cristiano Ronaldo, who is Portuguese. He has been a wonderful player. He's now, I think, 36, so in terms of football, he's quite ancient really. Most footballers retire before that age, but he's still playing for the national team. Some people think he's a little bit past it. Well, he's not as quick as he was, etc. But he's still, his fans, supporters, love him, and many people think he's still got what it takes. Now, at the end, coming towards the end of the 90 minutes of the match, Portugal were awarded a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo, who is the captain of the team, came to take the penalty, and apparently the last 16 penalty shots he's taken, he's scored. But on this occasion, although it was a reasonably well placed penalty shot, the opposing goalkeeper saved it, and this was a huge shock to Ronaldo and to his team and to the supporters, and he was so upset by that he was in tears. Now, we don't exactly know whether the tears were for himself. I think they were probably because he felt, as captain and their best and most well-known player, that he felt he'd let the team down and the supporters, the nation. So he was very, very emotional. When it came to the end of the 90 minutes, which is how long the match lasts, they were going to move into 30 minutes of extra time. But he was still very emotional, and it's interesting that all his teammates came alongside him, encouraged him, put their hand on his shoulder, spoke words of encouragement. They were there for him, and the team manager also. So they moved into extra time, and after extra time, the score was still. There's still no score, so they went to penalties. Each team took 5 penalties each, and see who came out on top after that. Now, you might have thought, Ronaldo has missed a penalty. Is he going to back out and let others take the penalty? But no, he stepped up to take the first penalty for Portugal. And many people thought that was very brave, having previously in the match missed a penalty. Anyway, he scored, and Portugal went on to win the penalty shootout. And the thing that really got me from that episode, watching the match, was how, when first of all Ronaldo was sorry, he felt he'd let his team down, but his teammates came alongside him and encouraged him, supported him. And football, however great a player you are, you can't win a match on your own. You have to rely on your teammates, and that's so important in the Christian life. We need to recognise those who support us, those who play a part in what we can accomplish in God's service. And I was reading recently in my daily devotional book a quote from somebody called John Wooden. He was a sporting coach. He said this. He wrote a book called A Game Plan for Life, The Power of Mentoring. He said this: when one of my players scored, he knew he was supposed to point to the teammate who had passed him the ball or made the block that allowed that basket to happen. It wasn't about deflecting praise, but about sharing it with everyone who was working hard as part of the team. Teamwork is really important. John Donne, the poet of many centuries ago, I'm not quite sure when he was around, but he wrote the famous words, "No man, no one is an island." We're not meant to live on our own. So kind of the message is that we need to support one another. Cristiano Ronaldo's teammates came alongside him, supported him, encouraged him to press on, to keep going, and he acknowledged that. In fact, when he in the penalty shootout scored his penalty, he moved towards the supporters of his team, and by gestures he apologised that he'd missed the first penalty, and he thanked them for their support. So we need to support each other when others, when our Christian brothers or sisters are going through tough times. We need to be there. We're in a team together. It's no use falling out all the time. Here in the UK, the Conservative government have been voted out of office, and one of the reasons for that, I think, is that there was often in that Conservative Party disunity, and they were arguing with each other instead of getting on with what the country wanted them to do. Jesus himself made the point that a family divided against itself cannot prosper. So we need to support one another, but on the other side of the coin, we need to, when we achieve something, to acknowledge, to recognise those who helped us to make it possible. Acknowledge and give thanks for and give, say thank you to those who support us, those who are there for us, those who encourage us when the going is tough. So recognise the teamwork, work together, support one another, and acknowledge those who are there for us and help and encourage us. So there's just a few thoughts. Hope there may be just something that rings a bell with you or triggers a thought. Anyway, thank you so much for listening today. God bless you.